When was the last time you played a primetime football game?
Probably in college. I remember, it's funny, my very first college start was on Halloween on a Thursday night in Houston. And then my first NFL start was on Halloween, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I made my very first start on a Thursday in college at USF. So I mean that's a little different than Thursday night football in the NFL. And I'm not trying to compare the two by any means, but yeah, just got to stick to the script that the coaches laid out for us and trust the plan and trust our process that our coaches are putting us forward and just have complete faith in it.
A week ago, my intention was not to be watching Thursday Night Football Jets Colts. Had no plans of watching it. Now I can't wait for it. Now I cannot wait.
That's right.
You know what else I couldn't wait for? Could not wait to talk to Chris Sims. Chris Sims, I have intentionally, all week long, I've avoided the Unbuttoned podcast. I've avoided Pro Football Talk. I've avoided any clip that I saw you on talking about the Jets because I did not want to corrupt this segment by knowing what you were going to say. Because, sir, you, as you know, and as I'm sure you've been reminded ad nauseum all season, especially in the last week, are not only a client, but the founder and president of the Zach Wilson Draft fan club. Okay? Like, everything, for the most part, that I know about Zach Wilson came from you. So, here's where I am on this Mike White situation. I'm fascinated by it. One, I think anybody objectively speaking would say that he and the offense look better than it has all season with Zach Wilson at the helm. And two, Robert Saleh handled it perfectly by saying anything's possible. In other words, I don't care if we got a number 2 pick on the men right now. If Mike White keeps this up, hey, we ain't benching him. And number 3, given how much the Jets have struggled to find an answer at this position, Chris Sims, this is the epitome of a first world problem. This is a great thing for that franchise to have the possibility of having 2 quarterbacks with upside, shall we say. What say you?
Right. Okay. All right. I got a lot to say here. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you don't know what I'm going to say. So here we go. Because context matters in football. Context matters in life. First off, this is what I love about the job, and this is why I got into it. Last week up here in sports media in New York, the Jets were the dumbest team in all of football for having Mike White as their backup quarterback. What a bunch of idiots. We got a rookie quarterback. How could we have Mike White as our backup quarterback? We're idiots. I wake up Monday morning and I drive into work and listen to sports radio, and now he's the franchise in the future. Okay. No, he's not. Sorry. First off, let's get into it again here. I got 2 points I want to make. He threw it shorter than any quarterback in football last week. He threw it 4 yards per throw. His leading receiver is Michael Carter for 9 receptions for 95 yards. His third leading receiver is the other running back, Ty Johnson, for 5 receptions for 71 yards. His second receiver is the slot receiver, Jay Crowder, who's 8 receptions. Look at this. Okay, this is about as deep as it went all game. He never threw a ball past 12. Oh my gosh, he threw it in the flat, guys. Look at it. Start him. Trade Zach Wilson. Oh, wait, look at this throw. A screen to Michael Carter. Oh my gosh. They've got it. It's over. It's over.
Stop.
Send him out of here. We don't need him anymore. Oh my gosh, a 5-yard route. Okay, so hold on. I'm not done yet. You wanted to give me the floor. You got to deal with this now.
You got it.
So
okay,
give me that dumbest crap. It's the dumbest crap ever from the Jets fans and the New York fans. Again, there's Michael Carter catching a 4-yard pass and running 20 yards. So what the real problem is what the hell were the Cincinnati Bengals thinking? You know, he tried to give the game away at first. They played like, hey, we'll play safe and let's see if he messes it up. He tried to mess it up and threw 2 bad interceptions. The defense bailed him out and stopped the Bengals from scoring on 1st and goal from the 1. They didn't score any points going for it on 4th down, right? So that helped out. But then at one point, he got in a rhythm and he was smart and took what they gave him. And the Bengals were still 25 yards downfield like they were playing the greatest show on turf, which I don't understand at all. At some point, you got to adjust the game plan and go, wait, he's throwing it 4 yards. Let's challenge that a little bit. So that's not going to be sustainable in the NFL. Here's my second part of the thing that really bothers me. I've witnessed it as a player, and I see it all the time. And anybody that's been a listener of my podcast I talk about it a lot. What happens in these situations is, oh no, Mike White's starting. And the coaches go, we got to help him. We got to figure out a lot of creative ways to get him and make him look good. And let's have this play and this play and this play and this play because he's not as good as Zach Wilson, so we got to help him. And my thing is, why the F don't you do that for your starting quarterback? I want to swear so badly. Like, what the hell are you thinking?
You can't do it.
So what the are you thinking is what I want to say.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
that's what I'm talking about.
What? Like, so,
Yes.
like, that, and I've witnessed
Say it with your
before.
chest.
So Zach Wilson, he's in the game, and they're going, it's 2 routes, and they're like, he'll just throw a laser in there. No problem. He'll throw a laser. He's got talent. And then you see, like, everybody needs help a little bit. So they got their own selves to blame for this conversation right now. But I like Mike White. This is not disrespect to Mike White. I'm trying to disrespect some of the people that are talking about this subject a little bit and how they're not realizing the context of the situation. It's the fourth shortest passing performance with intended air yards in the whole season. Nobody threw it shorter except 3 other quarterbacks the whole year. That's not sustainable for it to work in the NFL. I would think the Colts will be all over that tonight.
Let me play devil's advocate with your film study.
That was great.
So you got
that may be your best answer
you broke it down
in the history of the
show. It was. I hope we don't bleep that out. We cannot. Do not bleep that out.
Don't
YouTube.
bleep it out. No.
Don't bleep that out.
We shall not. We shall not be censored.
We're not here to censor you. You have broken it down so it could forever be broke. That was a great breakdown. But let me play devil's advocate with you for a second. So I get your point. Don't put Mike White in the Hall of Fame, even though they did put him in the Hall of Fame. At least his jersey's in the Hall of Fame, his cleats, because he had a debut unlike any other with those 37 completions, which you have qualified. Okay, those 37 completions that he had. All I would say is 2 things to that, and you have the floor right back. One, my issue with Zach Wilson, I'm not saying Zach Wilson's a bust. It's way too early for that. Is Zach Wilson does the spectacular very well. I've been subjected to more Jets games than I would like to living in Connecticut. Zach Wilson can barely complete those 4-yard passes. He's constantly throwing them at somebody's feet or airmailing them to where they're always in 3rd and 10. So he doesn't help himself because he can't do the routine plays properly. And secondly, Chris, isn't a huge part of quarterbacking taking what's there? So that doesn't mean he can't throw the ball downfield, but the decision-making was good enough to complete 37 passes. And I don't care if it's a bunch of yak, it's moving the offense. It's scoring points. Isn't that what the job is?
No doubt. And again, that's where I don't want to take from Mike White. And your point is real about Zach Wilson. He's got some mechanical things right now that have led to less than stellar accuracy and efficiency at the position. It's why they hired John Beck this week, because they know there's some things he's doing in his throwing with his feet, with his upper body, that is leading to not the same quality of throwing, that we saw at BYU. I do think he's trying to be a little too perfect, and he's pressing a little bit. But I would also say, I watch the Jets almost every week too, because people always want to know about the rookie quarterbacks on my podcast. And I would just say there was plays and things in that offense that were not there with Zach Wilson. Now, your points about, taking what the defense could give you and all that are certainly real. I'm not. And it worked out to be a good matchup versus the Bengals, and they caught the Bengals kind of sleeping when they were thinking they were the kings of the AFC. And let's not forget, they were up 31-20, with halfway through the 4th quarter, and made some mistakes themselves to kind of help the Jets win the game. But I'm not going to argue with what you said there. You're right. The job is to take what the defense gives you. Zach Wilson has definitely missed some throws that he should never miss. He has definitely been all over the place. But you know me, with rookie quarterbacks, I don't expect perfect all the time. I don't. And I'm all about the look and the talent I see when it's at its finest. And I still have seen enough when Zach Wilson was at his finest, whether that was that Tennessee Titans game or even some other games before that where, it was spotty, but there was moments where I went, whoa, like there's not a lot of guys in football that can do that and make that throw. So he's got some things to work on, no doubt about it. But like you said, let's not throw Mike White the franchise $40 million contract yet.
Hey, real quick before I know Michael's going to take us in another direction. Just real quick, we just want to know for the record because both Michael and I are still on the high about this. Is that your first F-bomb in your TV career, by the way?
No, that's not my first F-bomb in the TV career. I did it by accident.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Mike, I could have answered that for you. As much as Chris Sims cusses, I know he
Hey, I'm
slipped
here
up
for it.
a couple
I'm
of
here
times.
for it. I'm here for it.
But that was great. And I got to tell you, Chris, by the way, I am a shareholder in that fancy Zach Wilson club that you founded. I'm a shareholder in it, and I make no apologies. I'm all about Zach Wilson. I'm going to ask you this, though. I'm going to talk about another quarterback in a different part of the country, young quarterback, Jordan Love, forced into action against the Kansas City Chiefs because of Aaron Rodgers' situation. We talked about Rodgers, but I'm going to talk about Love and what to expect. And what do you expect from the Packers in Love? Like, how do they work with him? How do they work him to the offense unexpectedly because of Rodgers' decision?
Right. I mean, first off, like I like Jordan Love coming out. At early on, when I just dove into the quarterback rankings that year, I had, Burrow 1, Herbert 2, and I made Jordan Love 3 over Tua. It was a more raw game than Tua, but his good was like, oh, wow, that's really good. Like, man, look at that throw. Look at that ball. He's a pretty damn good athlete. Whoa, what a good throw in the run. It's just that some of the bad and consistency wasn't there. That's what the bad was kind of bad and the consistency wasn't there. Excuse me for misspeaking there. And he's raw that way. But like the little time we did see him in the preseason this year, I kind of liked the way he looked. Now, he didn't get a ton of throws, but, he's got a nice motion. The ball comes off his hand clean. You could see how effortless that highlight is right there, just to throw the ball 30 yards down the middle. It's easy for him, and he does move well. Now, the good thing with Green Bay is LaFleur will have the proper plan for him that's comfortable for him. But where I think it'll be tough on him, or at least hurt Green Bay, is this. Kansas City has been playing a little bit better defense as of late. I know they lost 27-3 2 weeks ago against the Tennessee Titans. It wasn't because of the defense. It was because Mahomes and the offense did a lot of dumb crap. I mean, Derrick Henry had 29 rushes for 86 yards in that game. They did some good things. So I don't think they're going to just be able to rely on A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones and win the game running the ball that way. I do think Kansas City's going to force him to make throws on the outside to Devontae Adams. And I'm excited to see if he can deliver. But where they miss Rodgers, Michael Holley, more than anything is Rodgers and LaFleur always have the right approach to how to manage the game. And the things that Rodgers does at the line of scrimmage to always get them in the right play against the right defense, that's where Green Bay's special, and goes back to the conversation we had last week where they execute and they do everything right and they kind of wait for you to mess up, and when you mess up, they capitalize like they did last week on Thursday Night Football. And that's to me the element I think they'll miss without Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, man, we just love the elements you bring to Brother from Another every Thursday. We appreciate it. Tell the truth. We're your favorite show. Like, don't worry about hurting Orioles feelings. We're your favorite show, right?
I mean, you're truly my brothers from another mother. I mean, you really are. I mean, you are. You're my guys. We are the perfect.
Another MF.
Another mother. I won't say it again because I'm afraid my boss will really get mad if I go there twice. All right. But I think we work together, and I want them to put me in the middle so we could be an Oreo cookie, because that's my favorite cookie anyways. Always has been.
Done. Done. Just for this segment. We will reconfigure just for Thursdays with Sims. You can go in the middle. All right?
All right. I like it.